Okay.
Yeah, that was a false start.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We are here at the Vidsummit TubeBuddy stream. So we have an amazing lineup here. So we're going to start introductions with.
I am D. Nimmin. I help people make content on their mobile phone and be mobile YouTubers. Welcome to the TubeBuddy stream. And by the way, I'm just honored to be sitting here today with this rock star panel. Awesome.
D, welcome. It's great to have you here. My name is Brian G. Johnson. I make videos on YouTube to see how far I can go. This guy nailed it about a year ago, and I try to share my story so you can do the same. Andrew can. Can you dig it?
Yes, I can. Do I dig, Doug? So I am Andrew Can. I run the TubeBuddy YouTube channel. I'm happy to be here with this amazing group. I will be using the middle microphone. If there are any audio sync issues, we will fix that in post. Some of the benefits of being live, I will be moderating the chat and this amazing panel. So I will kick it off to Roberto Blake.
Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake. I'm a creative entrepreneur helping you create something awesome today. I think my focus is mindset marketing and monetizing. So basically help you get your head right and help you make money online. So that's pretty much what I do. Handing it off to the man right here.
I'm Nick Nimmin. I teach people how to grow YouTube channels, make videos, and all types of other YouTube-related stuff. Pumped up to be here today. Pumped up to be at Vidsummit and to be hanging out with these awesome people here sitting at the table and everybody else that is at the event or on their way to the event right now. And if you're not here, you need to get here. Just want to go ahead and throw that in.
Yeah, or the virtual ticket. You can grab a virtual ticket right at vidsummit.com, and it's absolutely worth it because you'll have the replays. What's up, everyone? Owen Video, and I help service-based companies get customers with online video, and I'm stoked to be here with you guys. I'm going to be taking definitely more of the business owner mindset and some of our answers here today and providing you, if you have a small business and you want to up level on YouTube, then you're going to want to stick around because we're going to be covering a lot of great stuff today. It's going to help you get to that next level in your business. So what's first?
So the first official thing we are going to be talking about in the stream today is going to be YouTube, the state of it in 2018. Are we prepared for what's to come in 2019? A lot of people are going to start putting out what you need to do to grow in 2019.
Yeah,
I'm going to make that bold call here tonight. But I want to see what we all have actually learned in 2018. I want to also say, chat, we are aware of the slight audio delay. I will be editing this video for the replay. Do not worry. It will be fixed. That being said, whoever wants to take it off, the question is, now that 2018 is over, what did you learn? Whoever wants to take it first.
I'll go first since I've got the mic here. And there's a couple things I learned. Two big lessons. Focus is not hocus pocus. Right? Focus is not hocus pocus. You have got to be creating content around one central theme. Roberto have said this a few times. Variety channels are dead. Take it from me, I built a variety channel and there's just no future in it. You've got to get hyper-focused. For example, you heard me say, I help service-based companies get customers with online video. That's a focus. If you're a chiropractor, doctor, or fitness instructor, you've got to make content around your sphere of influence and not sort of wander off into these other zones and you're posting videos, family vacations, or little rants and stuff like that, so don't do that. Number two thing that I'll learn, and I'll just leave it at this, is stop making hokey thumbnails. Thumbnails are going the way of Instagram. Be ready for that. Start thinking about your video as an image. And I think those are two good lessons that hit me hard in 2018.
I want to piggyback on that, and I also want to say in terms of the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Thumbnails, we've always known that thumbnails are important, but getting access to that data now has been an amazing thing in terms of, giving us a gauge, something that we can actually go against to where we can see that number and we can say, okay, how can we get this number higher? What is it that we can do to actually amplify the click-through, which is basically just how often people are clicking on our thumbnails. How can we get that going at a higher rate?
Right.
So for me, it's just getting access to that data was a really important thing.
You're a mastermind with data too. Like you could see the data and you know what to do with it.
To an extent, for sure. And like when it comes to thumbnails, like the thing with YouTube is it's not rocket science, right? And when you're looking at the numbers at the end of the day, like what you want to do is you just want to take the numbers and say, how can I make this better? Right. How can I get an extra 1%, 5%, 10% on what's happening? If it's your audience retention, if it's the amount of playlist shares you're getting, or the amount of playlist ads you're getting, if it's the amount of shares to your videos, if it's your click-through rate, whatever it is, how can I just take that particular number that they're giving me and make it better? And that is if you're focused on only growing on YouTube. But if you're focusing, like in your case, where you're focusing on sending people to, a website where you can convert them into a sale or a lead or some kind, then that metric, of course, isn't as important as the thumbnail still is, because you still got to get people to your video, but it's a different.
It's a different metric too. Right. It's a different metric that you're looking at. Let me ask you this to go on the same topic. What are the metrics that a growing YouTuber should be looking at? Because I think a lot of what you just said is overwhelming.
And that is a great question, which we will get to in a little bit. Don't want to...
Closing time,
man. Closing time. If you're unaware, it can get a little hectic here. If we do not have moderation, we lose the panel. So, let's go, Roberto.
All right, so hard-hitting lessons for 2018, or is it what we think is going to happen in 2019?
Hard-hitting lessons in 2018.
So hard-hitting lessons in 2018. I think the hard-hitting lesson that I want to communicate to other creators is you should just assume that AdSense is going to die. You should just assume that AdSense doesn't exist. You should just be prepared. I don't think YouTube will ever do it, mind you, but I want you to act as if from now on, after today, after you hear me say this, I'm going to get salt for this in the comments, but I'm being very real. I want you to assume that they're going to take AdSense out into the backyard, put it down like Old Yeller, and bury it. I want you to really believe that. I want you to believe. They're not gonna. I want you to believe RIP AdSense. I want you to make the assumption that tomorrow YouTube murders AdSense, takes it out Dexter Morgan style, dumps it in the ocean. What do you do now? What do you do now? Like, well, yeah, but like, but like, all right, YouTube murders AdSense and it's not coming back. There aren't any Dragon Balls to resurrect it. What do you do now? Right. What do you do now? And so, like, and I say that, and that sounds harsh, but I'm like, there's a lot of people that'll say they want to be a full-time YouTuber. It's like, you have no business quitting your day job if YouTube is cutting you a check every month that could go away if advertisers boycott again. Adpocalypse, what are we up to, 4.0? Yeah. Like, if that happens, what do you do? Oh, you've got brand deals. What if they don't fulfill, or what if something goes wrong, or you didn't sign a contract and you took their word for it and you don't get that money? What do you do? See, this is the thing that like people don't want to talk about, and this is the thing that people think that, oh, you're the doom prophet or you don't want people to be successful. It's like, no, I want you to be successful, and if you turn YouTube into a job, you're going to end up getting hurt, because it's worse than getting fired. This time it's just, well, a check didn't show up. You still showed up, you still clocked in, and check didn't show up. Absolutely. So my answer to it is, if you're going to do YouTube and you have the audacity to want to do it full time, I don't think building a business is optional anymore. I don't think, because the thing is, brand deals aren't guaranteed, and what if this contract isn't, you weren't a lawyer, you didn't have one sign it, or they renege on it, or they don't have to fulfill it because you didn't read the fine print, or there wasn't a contract. What do you do? So absolutely. Sponsors, you're not going to make money as a full-time YouTuber relying on sponsors if you don't have contracts and you're not doing business like a businessman or businesswoman. So there's that. AdSense, if you're an MCN, what if they delay payment? What if the MCN shuts down? Are you guaranteed payment? What's going
absolutely.
on with that? AdSense, the advertisers could boycott. Your views could go down. Your views you might get demonetized. So you don't have any control over AdSense. How are you going to work on something, call it a job or call it a business, when you don't even have a guarantee of any kind? Like Business 101, procure a guarantee of some type for work
absolutely.
That's delivered, right? So you have to do a real business, and real businesses sell things. Real businesses sell things. I'm sorry, you got into this, you didn't want to sell things, you wanted to wake up and see money in your bank account once a month. I'm sorry. It's over. They killed it. It's gone. So the good news is, you can still sell things, and you can use your YouTube channel to market yourself and your brand, and you can build something, build a career, build a business. And so my hard-hitting lesson is, assume that AdSense doesn't exist, sell something, commoditize it, whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it's build a drop shipping business for your health, fitness, lifestyle business, or whatever it is, online courses for education, merchandise if you're an entertainer, like, figure it out. Figure it out. I beg of you. I beg of you. Yeah. Right. Because you're going to get hurt if you don't.
And I think that's a great point. I think we need to stop focusing as a community so much on AdSense, and that the idea of a YouTube from 2012 is still viable in 2018, moving on to 2019. Roberto, I think that was very well said. The thing I've learned is small creators need to stop complaining about being small and start working harder on content. Because every single person that's made it far has put out consistent content. All that time you're complaining about being a small creator, if you put half that effort into creating content, I guarantee you'll grow. Brian G?
Yeah, really great discussion. Again, so many great people in the live stream. Welcome. One of the things I want to say,
check the live stream for salt right now, though, because I know I stirred the hornet's nest.
Hey,
Yeah, I saw it.
All right, that's fine. It's like, all right, if
Okay,
you're
no,
salty,
so-
here's the thing. If you're salty, like, okay, great, cool. Okay, cool. Like, here's what I'm gonna tell you. Go to Teespring, like Teespring, like no, Teespring.com. Start selling stuff because you're gonna get $100 selling a cool T-shirt to 5, 10, 8 people before you get a check from Google from AdSense, assuming they give you one at all, because you're not entitled to that. And you might as well, like, for real, own it. Like, own it. Instead of splitting 45% with YouTube, how about keeping 95% of something that you own that they don't control? Because if you think that they're going to be your friend about this, the algorithm will turn on a dime, and what are you going to do? So, like, I'm being I know I'm getting salt, but I'm like, I'm fighting for you. I'm telling you, own something of your own and keep it, and nobody can take it away from you. Because they can kick you off the platform whenever they want.
That's right. Absolutely. And I think that is a great point, Brian G.
So I think for me, the thing that I've discovered going through this process is it's super important to take inventory of where you're at. Like, it doesn't matter where Roberto's at. It doesn't matter what Nick's doing. You have to take control of where you're at right now. So what I want to know is what mission you're on and what is your plan to get there. One of the things that you'll hear from anybody, regardless of I want to make money, I'm a big channel, or anybody that has any kind of success, is they're always looking at what can I do to get to that next level. So for me, like right now, I'm really excited about thumbnails because we have that data. The other thing I want to share that I think is super important is no, I disagree. This isn't freaking right. It's not overwhelming. It doesn't have to be. If you slow down and just ask yourself, what is my mission right now? I can't if you're starting from zero, then trying to like be a great editor and have the perfect lighting and have the perfect audio and trying to like be persuasive on camera and like trying to do all of those things, of course, that's like a recipe for disaster. But if you slow down enough to say, hey, right now, I'm excited about thumbnails. I want to see how I can improve my conversion. And it's a number. If it's 2, then if you get to 3, it's better. Like, come on, that's not overwhelming. Like, I didn't do good at math, and still, 3 is better than 2. But I'd love to get to 4. So my question for you is, where are you going? How are you going to get there? And what have you learned through this process? And before I end, I mentioned this to Dee. I wanted to ask Dee, and I'll just turn it over to you now. What has this experience been for you? Here you are, now you're on the TubeBuddy live stream. You've been hanging out, you've been supporting Nick, and it's just really cool to see people come in, and you know, we all champion and are excited to watch people move forward. So Dee, what has it been like for you?
It has been absolutely overwhelming. It's been overwhelming. I mean, I have to follow in the footsteps of Nick Nimmin.
Wait, you're not Nick Nimmin?
Right? No, go ahead.
No, you don't.
No, I gotta.
Like the biggest thing you could do,
I wasn't finished with that.
Well, no. Well, this is a live stream. Like if you wanna be on the TubeBuddy panel.
No. What I mean was, you know, a lot of people look at him
Yeah.
and expect me to know what he knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at, right?
an
Like
untrained
I don't have his knowledge. I mean, I wish I did, but I don't, right? But in terms of what I've learned more than anything, and the common thread here has been thumbnails, right? I spend an unbelievable amount of time on my thumbnails, probably more so than actually making the video itself, because I know that thumbnail is so important, and I kind of live or die by my thumbnail, right? Sure. So for me, like when I started this, I didn't realize how important it was to get that click, right? It didn't like register in my head. Same here. But now that I get that, like so much effort goes into the thumbnail. And as a new channel, I also had to go through my 1,000 subscribers, my 4,000 hours of watch time, and I thought, oh, then I'm going to get ads and everything's going to be great. Yeah, newsflash, an insane amount of views, you're not making money on ads. So what Roberto said, you know, I'm going to piggyback on that and say you need to find other ways to monetize your channel, monetize your content, be it merchandise, courses, whatever. Yeah, you can, but go ahead, Owen.
Yeah, you make such a strong point. You know, because I want to encourage all of you guys to continue to produce and create the work that you want to create. But if you are expecting, like, you're going to be putting in all this work for this AdSense thing to be minuscule.
Right.
Minuscule. And I was kind of talking over, I think it was Roberto or Andrew earlier. You're going to work that hard. Work hard on something for yourself. Work hard on creating something that's going to get you where you want it to go. Like Roberto was saying, create an e-product. There's a girl here, Kristen Mills, right, from Six Sisters. Right, Six Sister stuff. So they were bloggers writing about food stuff and recipes. They created a food plan, a digital downloadable food plan. No product, no service, and I don't know what they charge. Let's just say it's $20. But they built an entire business off an imaginary product. I mean, it's like, this is a diet plan we think would work for you. Here's a PDF, and people are paying for it because they trust them. So what's the problem with you as a creator finding that thing that you can sell, that you can create, that you can profit with, and building that with at least as much ferocity as you're building this AdSense thing that at the end of the day you don't own, you have no control over it. Tomorrow they say, oh, well, now it's 10,000 hours of watch time. There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, another thing I want to add that I've learned, this didn't happen personally to me, but I've seen it happen during my short time working in YouTube, is don't put all of your eggs in the YouTube basket. Because what Roberto said, they close your channel tomorrow, even if it's by accident. Right. Even if it's just some oops, sorry. And yeah, maybe you can get it turned back on, and maybe it will take a week. Maybe they won't turn it back on. Maybe you can't reach the proper people to get it turned back on. So try to put your content in as many places as you can. So yeah, I mean,
that's a big theme.
And I think that's perfect. I think we have
a lot of oops that are happening.
Absolutely. I think when we take a look at what we've learned in YouTube in 2018, the main takeaway is this platform, while great, isn't going to be everything you want it to be. That the work you have to put.
Yes, it is.
It isn't?
Yeah, it's pretty good, though.
Yeah, I never said it wasn't. What I'm saying is you're going to have to work hard if you want success and if you want these things. That said, I do have a surprise that none of them are aware of, and I've been waiting for this. You wish.
No, we're not working there yet.
I know, not yet.
Do we get high tops?
Yeah, maybe.
That's not me, man.
Wait, no. Do I get shares in TubeBuddy?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right
Give me
there.
something I can use, Roberto.
There's a mystery box under the table, ladies and
We've got a
gentlemen.
mystery box. We've got something coming up. Let's see. We got the play-by-play here. What is it?
That's
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pass the question to all of you. What do you think people should start implementing in 2019 while I get your gifts?
All right. Whoever wants to start.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like a natural playoff of. You like that? We got Luria Petrucci walking on in the background, folks. Follow Live Streaming Pros. They do great work on YouTube and on Facebook.
They're making this stream possible, as a matter of fact.
Is that
tapping into their thing for the Vidsummit?
Well, anytime I can tap that, I'm glad to do it. So we're talking about things to implement. I mean, the natural thing is to talk about what we just talked about, right? Well, if you don't have a product, you should start probably like implementing a product of some kind. Yeah. But I would say this. I would say
Somebody asked for TubeBuddy jackets.
TubeBuddy jackets.
TubeBuddy.
Did you say TubeBuddy jackets?
So I'm going to need, while you keep explaining, Owen, I'm going to go around and ask the size. These TubeBuddy jackets are a limited edition, at least for the moment.
That's great.
If you want to get TubeBuddy stuff, TubeBuddy.com/shop.
So the number one thing I would change this year in your channel is more TubeBuddy gear. More logos, yeah.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, more swag, you know what I mean? So here's the thing that I would work on. I would really put more focus into building your network off of YouTube. I'm not saying distract. So I've built, like, I was building my YouTube channel. I'm at like 42,000 subscribers. We have a very healthy business. We're on track to do $1 million in 2 years. We got people that enroll in our courses. We also have 8,000 people on Twitter. We've got a list that's like 20,000 people. We got a Facebook page that's like 5,000 people. We got a podcast that's getting a couple thousand downloads a month. So we're not YouTubers per se. Like, we're on YouTube, but I'm like a coach that's on YouTube, right? So I would take a look at what can you be doing if you could add one more thing into your mix. Would it be posting on Twitter more? Maybe increasing your Instagram game. I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of focus on Instagram right now. Think about your network. The size of your network determines your net worth, right? Who's following you? Who are you following? What's your engagement like? Really look, right? Because if you get 20,000 subscribers and you're getting 75 views when you launch a video, there's a disconnect there between your channel, your audience, and your videos. Build a big network, a wide network, and you may want to do that. And just, I'm going to post on Instagram 3 times a week, or I'm going to use Instagram stories 3 times a week. If that's just a small thing, maybe you can do it daily. But to grow your network outside of YouTube so that you've got another juggling pin, right? Something else to leverage in your conversations with brands. It's great to say now, it's like, okay, I got 10,000. I think at about 5,000 subs, you're in a place where you can get sponsors in just about any industry, right? Imagine saying I got 5,000 subs on YouTube, but I've also got 2,000 on Instagram. Now you're able to ask a little bit more money, and you're able to sell something else to that sponsor, like an Instagram post.
I'm kind of because I will forget this.
Okay, yeah, go.
I gotta hold on to those when they come in, right?
Yep.
In addition to everything that he said, on 2019, I would say focus hard on building your community, because if you don't have your community, you're kind of dead in the water, so to speak, in terms of if you want to do something else besides get views and ads. So go ahead.
And to piggyback on what Owen was saying, Andrew Edwards, I was talking to him yesterday, and an analogy that he gave in terms of the different platform is if you had the opportunity to get on CBS and NBC and all these different channels, you wouldn't say, oh, no, I'm not going to do the other ones. I'm just going to do ABC. Right? You would say, okay, I'm going to take that opportunity to be on all of these different shows or all of these different channels so that I can, reap the benefits from all these different channels. So look at the social media platforms in the same exact, from the same exact perspective in terms of, how can I use this to leverage what it is that I'm doing, or how can I leverage that for what it is that I'm doing?
You're gonna have people on your channel that are like, they're very social, gonna be like me, and they're not gonna want to engage with you in depth on YouTube comments. It's just not the world's greatest platform for socializing. But maybe they want to join a Facebook group or an Instagram pod, right? So I would think about where else can you engage your audience in a way that's meaningful.
Good.
So one of the things I keep thinking about as we kind of keep returning to the whole monetization and money thing is to take cues or find the clues from other people that have done it before you. Like all this merchandise stuff, right? Like the merch is pretty cool, right? Like, no, that doesn't make anybody any money. Nothing. And if you really want to make money, no, I don't think so though. I think people
eight sales to $100. Eight sales to $100. It's all about how you go about it. Now, again, now to you and me, that's not necessarily real money, but to somebody who this is extra supplemental income starting out as they grow, that is upgrades to their equipment, camera gear, software, or $100 extra on. Again, it's only 8 sales of a T-shirt as they're growing an audience. If they can do more, do better, or etc. So I just don't want to discount the whole merch thing because it's faster than AdSense. I don't want to
discount merch.
Faster than AdSense.
But actually, you know what? No, I do. Honestly, I do. I want to go against that, and here's why. Because I think if you are really passionate about making money, the biggest thing you can do is to break down, statistically speaking, how people get to $1,000 or $2,500, whatever your number is, $2,500 a month, and you're not making the majority of your money through merchandise.
No, but I'm not an entertainer, and I'm not an illustrator or an animator, because if I was an animator, I would go to town.
Right,
I'd
but
have a bigger merchandise empire than
sure,
the Paul
but
brothers.
I think most of the people that are on the stream are small creators that don't have a huge audience. I think so.
You don't need a huge audience to do 20 or 30
So for me, I think affiliate marketing is gonna be more lucrative for more people And I think that's one of the things that I personally see. I've made a lot of money with affiliate marketing.
I've made a lot of money with affiliate marketing too, but you and I are in a niche where we can do that with education on services that have a high margin. The average YouTube creator isn't an education channel like you or I. If they're an inspiration channel or if they're an entertainer or anything of that nature, they don't have the outlets for the product levels that we have with selling things for $500 or $1,000 or doing an affiliate sale on that. Amazon affiliate pays out between, what, 2 to 6% on products that most of their audience are going to buy under $100. That's not a lot of money, which means that per sale transaction on Amazon, they would have made more money on somebody from their audience spending $30 with them on merchandise in margin than $30 on, say, Amazon, for example, by the way, who is sponsoring this. And Amazon is great, by the way. The Amazon Influencer Program is fantastic. But I am telling you that, again, the margin is better rather than getting 5 to 10% from somebody else's thing. If it's not selling for a crap ton of money, keeping 70 or even 50% margin on something of your own is better. We talked about t-shirt sales. If you're selling something and you can, and it's a sweater or a hoodie in Teespring for $40, the cost of that per unit is about roughly $10. You're at $30 profitability.
So
$30
I hear what you're saying, Roberto,
cash.
and that's a good point. Like, we all are different, and there are a lot of different creators. But again, like, I just don't want to tell people what to do. My goal is to have people think and really say, this is what my channel is about, and these are some of the steps I can take. Like, what are some of the channels that are similar to mine that are a few steps ahead of me that are making money? So it might be affiliate marketing, it might be your own product creation, you might be an entertainment channel, and I think by really investigating what the possibilities are, that's really the way to go. I do see that you're really, like, super fired up and passionate about, like, forget AdSense, and I think that's a good thing because AdSense will be there. And if you start looking at other avenues, to me, that's where the juice is. Like, if you have the forethought to move forward with that.
Yes, just really quickly, folks, I want to say that we are aware and miscommunications can happen. We don't hate each other. We wouldn't be on a panel if we didn't.
No, we're all
again,
good.
this people are like, they're gonna break up the band.
It's about to get weird.
Shut up!
Oh no! We have a surprise guest.
Yo, kick it. 1, 2.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Big changes, the big thing creators need to do in 2019.
Come to Vidsummit 2019.
Oh, he did not.
Okay. No, I think the biggest thing is make good content.
Amazing.
Like, seriously, like, the algorithm is getting so smart. My presentation on Thursday is about Google Brain and everything that Google Brain actually looks at when they're looking at your content. And most people think, oh, content is the video. And I'm here to tell you, you got to make great content if you're going to succeed in 2019. Now, there are false positives. There are anomalies that happen. And Roberto and I, we had a conversation for a couple hours on it. But things happen. But at the end of the day, are you taking a selfie?
No, I'm reading.
I did. It's not every day I get to sit here and just like.
Hey. But it's like seriously about making amazing content. Now, TubeBuddy gives you a lot of tools to do that, to make great content.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, you need to understand your audience. And the biggest mistake that most people make, and I consulted with a lot of big businesses, a lot of big channels, and they don't hyper focus. They're all over the place.
There we go.
Owen was
Yeah,
talking
You
about
have to be super laser focused when it comes to your content to really grow.
Yeah.
So,
There you
you
heard
go.
it again.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can I?
Take it out.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
But to follow up on that,
All right.
Surprise Daryl leaves,
Yeah,
everyone. Surprise
Daryl.
Daryl.
Daryl's right about that, and it's like it's getting ruthless. But like to that point though, I don't disagree with Brian about affiliate marketing. We both do very well with affiliate marketing and everything like that. It's worked out really well for us. But
Tech
here's
changes, folks.
yeah. But here's the thing I do want to say about that, and it's like, by the way, we can passionately and respectfully disagree and everything like that, and we still like go hang out at the bar after this.
That's not
Like,
even
you know,
anything.
Like no, it's like so like
Wait till
no.
it gets to a fight.
No,
You'll know.
Like, but the reason that I do want to just tell you things tactically, and Owen, you can speak to this as a business person, is I understand even from my own audience and community that what you're saying is true, and I would love for everyone to reverse engineer and apply things to themselves. And what I'm finding is that people struggle to figure out and apply the information that we give to their situation without a concrete example of just do this.
Right.
And even with freelancers, when I tell them just do this, it just opens up everything, and they're able to get new business, new clients. So I'd rather tell you an exact specific way to make money like tomorrow than leave it to your imagination. And making a product in Teespring this weekend that you can sell and that you can tweet about. You don't need a big audience if you tweet. And also merchandise stores, and I'm not plugging Teespring, use Spreadshirt, use whatever you want to do, but a lot of them, they market for you the same way that Google and YouTube market for you if you have content out there. So as long as you have a product out there, it's sitting in a place in inventory where they can market and sell it for you, whether you have an audience or not, because it's a cool shirt. So if you're an illustrator or an animator or something, and you like make a meme or something like that, or a pop culture reference, or you are a graffiti artist, then it helps you.
Where you're going now is deviating from what I said, and what I started out saying was like merchandise from the stand of this is my brand, and I'd love it if you wear my brand shirt. Where you started heading, and this is marketing, which is different. Like now you're talking about making a cool pop reference, pop culture T-shirt, and that's smart, and that's marketing, and that's the way to go. That's a merch business. I'm bored with that conversation though. So the thing that I want to just put this out there is, number one, Daryl Eves mentioned the importance of quality content, and everything starts from there. Like you can't have what you want by publishing subpar. Like I thought this was 2007 YouTube. Like why isn't my channel blowing up? And I think it's our responsibility as creators to get real and to get objective with what we're trying to achieve, and then to move forward and do the best job we can. So anyway, but are you good with that conversation being over now?
I'm fantastic with that conversation being over, because again,
I will bring us back to what we have learned and what we will take into 2019.
Well, because I wanted to go somewhere completely different than that. I just had to. I'm just punking you. I know, but I had to go. But I had to go there because, again, I read way too many comments about people struggling with the financial aspect of YouTube to let it go. That's the only reason I had to go there. But what I would say about before, like I completely move on about, because it was 2019, is I have a short thing with you, because Daryl was right about the content and everyone's right about focus, is what I will tell you you have to do in 2019 moving forward to grow is you need to not just think of one-off videos. You need to think about the deep inventory of your content. The new algorithm is something else, and it's going to resurface old content, but it's also an opportunity. It already is. We're seeing it, but it's going to be more aggressive about that. It's going you'll see in the presentation. It's going to be even more, because context matters, and the ability of your old content to serve traffic to your new content is real if you create a relationship video to video. And if you want a real-world example of like content that is like set up to serve each other and everything like that, take a hard look at what's happening with Shane Dawson doing docuseries, because even if you don't watch this Jake Paul docuseries now, he's going to do another one, or you're going to watch one of the last ones he did, and you're going to end up down the rabbit hole. It's going to be like Netflix, and that's real. So in 2019, start thinking, instead of doing one-off videos, even if you're going to do skits or comedy or whatever your niche is, think about the interrelationship of everything you're making in your inventory for the next 50 to 100 videos, and things will be radically different for your channel. I'm telling you, it's going to get real.
Yeah, I just want to say really quick, while Brian and Roberto are debating merchandise versus affiliate links, I do both.
Absolutely.
Try everything you can.
Why not both?
Yeah. Well, and do more. Like anything, your email list, whatever you can find to try to make money at, because that's going to work differently for each person.
All
So
right.
try all of it. Think of it as like multiple income streams for your business.
I agree.
Right.
So my question before we move on is: everyone had a chance to talk on the topic? Have you two actually gotten a mic? I haven't. We were the first people. Okay. On the on focus on
Owen's
focusing
like, "Give me
on,
the
no.
mic."
On focusing on 2019. I know you guys got it for 2018.
Here's the thing, okay, is like I totally disagree with all that. Build your own product. Build your own thing. Can Teespring work? Yes. Can merch work? Can these different things work? Can trying everything work? Yes. My school of thought is like create your own dang thing, right? Create your own products. Tuber tools. You're a great editor, so you made pre-made editing assets that you sell in a recurring website. Here's my challenge, my promise. Not even a challenge. My promise to you guys is this. If you were to go out to your audience right now today and say, all right, I'm looking for 5-10 people to come into like a mastermind group with me, you know, you just say like, I'm going to teach in real life the thing I teach on YouTube every day. You'll get people to sign up for $50, $100. You just made your first $500. You know what I mean? You can do that and people will buy from you. Now, I do say this. Going that route that I'm talking about is extremely, it does take some coaching. You do need to know what you're doing, and it's harder work. My thing is, if you're going to work that hard, there is a learning curve. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to go merch, you're going to work that hard for merch. You might as well work that hard for something where you own all the properties.
I want to say
totally
really quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you because he said something, and again, I'll lose it.
Yeah, go.
This is what I do.
How
I
come
just
every time
interrupt
I
him.
get the microphone?
Derailed.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Derailed.
I just want to say something that Owen said. So Nick and I have a really good friend who won't start a YouTube channel because he thinks he doesn't have all of the knowledge that he needs to share. Not yet. But what I've tried to explain to him, you just have to have enough knowledge to teach people who don't have that knowledge. Like you don't have to know everything. You just have to have level 1 knowledge to teach the level 0 knowledge.
And here's something. Every winner was once a beginner is all I'm going to say.
So one of the things that I've like made millions of dollars on the back of is being half a step, you know, like just be one step ahead. One step is for suckers. Like here's the thing, I got a gimbal in the mail yesterday. Like I'm like, this doesn't work. I hate my life. The next minute I'm like, hi, let me show you how to use a gimbal. Right? Wait, isn't that footage beautiful? And it's like if you can just like share and not even teach, just like show and share and share the knowledge. Like I think a lot of people get this idea that they have to have a degree or they have to have like some certification or some kind of okay, you can go ahead and do that. Permission, thank you. But at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, and people will be grateful that you were there to share your experience. Mr. Nick Nimmin.
And to piggyback on that also, you know, like a lot of the stuff that we're talking about right now might be intimidating, and you might be thinking about, okay, we'll build my own product. What does that even mean, really? So one thing that would come with that, you know, as an example, in a lot of cases would be like building a website or building landing pages and things like that. And even though you might not know how to do that, you know, right now during this conversation, you know, you're on YouTube, you're watching YouTube videos, and this is a fantastic place to start in terms of, okay, well, if I want to, you know, create this particular thing, that a recipe book, as an example, that my cooking people can download, then in that case, say, okay, well, if I'm going to create a recipe book, then I need to start looking into how to create an online book that people can download. Yeah, for sure. And then how do I, you know, what kind of videos do I need to watch in order to be able to deliver that download to people? And then what videos do I need to watch in order to learn how to put a paywall in between, you know, the people that are going to that and to be able to actually download it? Or how do I actually set up an email list? Or how do I set up an opt-in? All of this from a place of, you know, like we've went through that, but I know that, you know, people watching this right now, you know, you haven't even considered doing that, and there's a huge learning curve because of it.
Going to
but, you know, just start now. Think of that one thing that you can create, and then start reverse engineering, okay, what is it that I need to do in order to actually get that thing in place so that I can start selling it?
Yeah, that's huge, Nick. And you know what? I'll tell you guys right now, my channel is a great resource for some of those things. How to build a landing page, how to build an email list, and these different things. And I say that to let you know, like, that's what I do. Because I know some people are like, what is Owen's deal anyway? Because I'm not necessarily like in the creator space.
Yeah, you
right?
are.
I mean, yeah, I am a creator in that sense. But you know, that's why I love having you around. I got Thailand. When he's in town, I get compliments. You know, getting that stuff done, right? Like
Test.
just you mentioned about intimidating.